I haven't done it in forever. Don't read into that, people out there.
He means catch a bass. Is what he means.
No, I caught some. I've caught some today. Hey guys, I want to say welcome to BassGeek Live. I know I haven't done one of these in quite a while, and I do apologize about that. But a lot of stuff's been going on, like a truck hit my house. That happened. So hit my house, my truck, my wife's car, my neighbor's truck, my neighbor's house, and what else? Oh, yeah, my wife's Jeep. So the only thing that didn't get hit was my boat, but it was obviously feeling left out because 2 days later, the key switch shorted out and tried to catch on fire. So my boat tried to commit suicide, basically. But luckily, a neighbor was watching. Hey, I
Always
want you
something,
guys
man.
to, but everything's going great, man. Everybody was okay, of course, and things are great. The house is back together. Now I just got to do some cleanup because there's, parts, pieces, and broke glass everywhere. But I do want to say, hey, I am actually, this is kind of a dry run, and I'll show everybody here a little bit about it. But we are going to start doing a every other week, every other Monday. So a Monday night fishing, MNFs, football sucks, watch fishing. I'm just saying. I can't say that. I love football too. But anyway, don't watch it on Monday night. Monday night's dead anyway, ain't right? I mean, they had to bring in Troy Aikman, for God's sake. So all that being said, I want to give a huge shout out to Kirkland's Restaurant, guys, in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. We're going to start doing lives. Now, what I mean by that, we are downstairs in the banquet room. I'm going to show you. I'm going to have a second camera set up, but we are downstairs doing a dry run. And what I mean by dry is that there's nobody here but me. And, we're just doing a little test with my two best YouTube buds, the three horsemen of the bass apocalypse.
That's not what he said before. Before he said he was hard up to find guests. So he's like, hey, would you guys mind? I mean, nobody else will
Well, at least he gave me $20 for this,
Oh, wow. Must be nice.
But in all seriousness, so we're you guys can actually come to Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Kirkland's is kind of my watering hole. It's my restaurant, great food, and some adult beverages, and we can sit, drink, eat, and talk bass fishing. What in the world is better than that?
Awesome.
I don't think anything.
No, sir.
The only thing that'd be better is if we were all there.
I agree. I would. That would be honestly a dream for me, a dream come true. I would. That would be the coolest thing in the world.
Maybe like a New Year's Eve show. We can all show up.
Oh my God, that would be so
Lord.
good. Hey, listen, you can bring the wives. Like I said, I got 2 spare bedroom queen beds in both of them. I mean, you can come down, man, and we can have a good time. Do a New Year's Eve show together. So, what better way than ring in the new year talking about fishing, man? That's the way to go. All right,
that'd be a good getaway for me too, because it'll be ice fishing time here. So
there you go. Mm-hmm. Oh God, I can take y'all out.
Find a power plant lake down there.
Oh, we don't need a power plant lake. Listen, I've got a Garmin and I've got smallmouth. We gonna go catch them.
Hey, didn't you say that I don't think you drop much below 40, do you? Your water temps?
No, it really doesn't, unless it's like a super cold. And then y'all come down during New Year's. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, the water temps are going to still be probably in the high 40s, if not low 50s. So
it's already like 71
That's
here already.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, now today it's cold. It didn't get out of the 60s. Here today is 68, 69. But now, like 3 days ago, it was 90. So we got a little bit of cold front coming through. So, so for all of you guys that don't know, and I know there's none of you that don't know, Mr. Tackle Junkie, I'll let you start. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I am the Tackle Junkie, but it's really just a name because Debo has twice as much tackle as I do.
Oh, garbage! I'm throwing garbage on that one.
I'm here in the Midwest, a little bit of everything over here: bass fishing, tackle unboxings, reviews, tips and tricks, just little bass boat mods, things like that. So we do some bank fishing, boat fishing.
Yeah, same. I echo what Jim said. I think that's why we all get along very well, and we can chat back and forth because we're all doing the same thing. I mean, we all love to do tackle stuff. We're all tackle nerds. We all like to fish and try to do helpful, how-tos and tips and tricks to help people out, because that's what it's all about. Recently, Jim and I were just talking about, we had a hater saying that we were in it only for the money. And like, I can think of 1,000 other things I could be grinding and doing and making a lot more money than YouTube.
Oh, a lot more.
Well, actually, even staying on YouTube, but doing something out of the bass fishing realm that would get
out of the bass. Listen, people, I'm going to tell
thousands
you
and thousands of more views.
Yes. Oh my God. Listen, if I could tell you one thing, if you're thinking about starting a bass fishing channel, don't do it. Go start any other YouTube channel, especially if you're interested in making money, because you can hit 20,000 subscribers and make like 50,000 a year. I mean, it's bass fishing, and bass fishing companies are 20 years behind the curve. So, I mean, honestly, I love all my sponsors.
That's why a lot of the bass fishing channels have done other things besides fishing.
It is. It's absolutely is. But that's one thing I can say about us three. We love fishing, man. I mean, I love fishing. I love bass fishing. It's what I was doing today. It's what I do every day when I'm off. It's what I did before I ever even knew that we could fish tournaments. And I know these two yahoos are exactly the same way. You want to say hi? Sure. All right. Here's the best bartender at Kirkland's, by the way. And I can't say anything. She is a total looker too. So, I appreciate her. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is why you come to Kirkland's, guys.
Rico Suave over here.
No. Listen, I love my wife. I'm happy.
I'm not saying that. I know you do, but you can still be a Rico Suave.
But that's definitely, man. I'm so excited about doing this, though. I'll end up talking about this the whole time, because just being able to get some of the people to come in and hang out. We're going to do a giveaway. That's the other thing. So we're going to do a giveaway for the people that are here, and we're going to do a giveaway for the people that are online too.
Oh,
so
cool.
It's going to be awesome. So
Jim said he was giving away a Metanium for the people watching online, right?
2 of them.
Oh, that's really nice of you, man.
Only because you're giving away a couple Loomis rods. I thought that was the deal. I did the reels, you're doing the rods.
I did see where someone requested a Loomis giveaway. I will say that earlier.
I thought that was the deal. Were you back?
I will never give away rods. Dude, rod shipping is stupid. I have a thermal printer and all, but it doesn't help on that. So
I sold a rod the other day. Shipping was $39.
Yeah, it's dumb as heck, man.
Yeah.
I don't even get it.
Yeah, it's not even worth shipping them.
So now, guys, always I'm the worst at keeping up with the comments. So I want to say hello to everyone that's already said hello. My buddy Jared and Die Hard Anglers out there. If I've missed you, Bassless Chaps, which I think may be one of my favorite names. And, all of you guys that are out there, thanks for joining in. We've got 89 people out there today, and I appreciate it. So let's talk about fishing. You guys get your questions ready, your fall fishing questions. And so what's it like where you guys are at? Let everybody know kind of the general area where you're at.
I could use some advice too, because I caught a 3-incher today.
Don't give it. I didn't gave you the advice I have. It makes any angler better. I'm just telling you.
I need a few Garmins.
Should it be illegal? I'm going to say probably yes. But I mean, it's changed my world, man. It is a different beast.
Yeah.
So what do you guys?
I guess you got all that on video that you're talking about earlier. That can be a video coming out.
Yes.
I won't spoil anything then.
I don't have what's great about the Garmin's too is that they have it's called Active Captain. You can actually record on your phone.
Okay.
But also right around the time that my boat tried to kill itself and my house got hit by a Ford F-150, my phone decided to blow itself up. So
Jeez, you should buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. No, I should not buy lottery tickets. Because, but my phone blew itself up, so I don't have it connected to my unit yet. So it killed me. that I missed out because it was great today. What's going on, Girthy Geeks?
Take a drink.
Take a drink.
I can't wait to have.
What do you got there in the mug there, Hank?
This
in the
is
glass?
my favorite beer. It is Yeehaw Brewery, who I am actually talking to about possibly.
Yeehaw Brewery.
Yeehaw. Hey, listen.
You redneck. All y'all rednecks down there with your redneck
listen,
beers. And
They are also in my region. So all you guys out there, go to Yeehaw's Facebook page or Instagram and tell them to work with BassGeek, because tell me it wouldn't be cool to see a bass boat wrapped with Yeehaw down the side doing 70 down the water. Tell me that ain't a seller.
that's good.
That is. That's a done deal.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how they wouldn't want that. So what is going on there, Mr. Debo, in your neck of the woods?
Oh man, we're gonna. I was excited. I got out with the Do It crew. It was 2 weeks ago, up on the Mississippi, up northern Iowa. Oh, dude, it was a blast. We caught the heck out of them. What's that?
I said fancy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they had fancy boats. Luckily, because I'm like, my little 11-foot John boat ain't gonna do anything up there.
They
So.
should have forced you to bring your 11-foot John up there.
Oh God, dude, no, that would have been. I would have sank, I'm sure, within the first 15 minutes.
Thank you very much.
But did that. Actually, it's my birthday this week. Oh, man.
Dude,
that looks good.
that is so not cool. That is so not cool.
Man, I haven't ate since breakfast this morning. This is the
now this is making sense why me and Debo are on here.
Yeah. He's like, hey, guys, I'm going to eat. Go ahead and take over the show.
I get it now.
What were you saying there, Debo?
Nothing important. Nothing important. Just Mississippi River fishing. I'm hoping Dad and I are going to go up on the Mississippi Sunday, because he's been wanting to hit the Mississippi. So hopefully we're going to do that.
How far is that from you?
It's like, it's funny. It's northern Iowa, and I'm in like southeastern Iowa, south central Iowa. So it's like 2 hours, 45 minutes. And it's like just shy of a 3-hour drive, which kind of sucks. But yeah,
that ain't bad.
Should be fun.
I mean, every lake near me is 45 minutes or more. So,
yeah.
So, I mean, was it smallmouth up that far? What were you catching mainly? I mean, I don't want you
Both.
to give away any.
Yeah, it was a mix of both. Oh, yeah, no, there'll be a video. I was kind of sharing some pictures here and there. But, yeah, we caught them on jigs and Ned rigs to start out with. The other guys in the boat, I was actually with Matt Luna, Do It Guy, and Brennan, who's here. You all have already seen him in my videos. But they were catching them on jigs. I was using Ned rig. And then we finally hit them on Topwater. We caught them in a pocket just schooling, pushing bait. And, man, Topwater bite was on, and it was fun as hell. So, yeah, that video will be coming up.
Dude,
So my
Topwater has
question
sucked here all year. It's terrible.
I
may have caught like 2 or 3 Topwater fish. That's it.
I've got burger juice all over my keyboard now. So
Good, that's what you get.
Yeah, exactly. You deserve that.
Hey, I've got to keep this figure up, boys. You know what I'm saying? So, what you were catching them on a jig. I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Hank wasn't even listening to me.
You
He was enjoying that
probably
burger
were
so
asking
much.
for the ketchup.
No.
Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
I was.
He's like, I wasn't even listening to you, dummy. And anyway, where's my ketchup and mustard?
Burger's a little dry. Here's ketchup.
Hey,
Yeah.
that is so funny because look what they brought me.
Oh my gosh.
Nice, man. Debo, we got set up, dude. We got set up.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, you guys keep talking.
So now with Topwater, you said these guys had, fancy schmancy boats. Did they have like the live scope? Did they put that to use to kind
He
of?
did, yeah. Brennan had it. We were in like, gosh, I don't remember how deep we were, like 12 feet of water. But I mean, we were only, 60 feet off the bank. I mean, we were right there. And he's like, yeah, because he was making jokes about using it. I'm like, I was in the back of the boat alone, and they were up on the front deck. But man, as soon as we got on them, it didn't matter about sonar and stuff. You were following the blow ups and the activity, and dude, it was so fun.
What were you using?
I was throwing one of my top, I would say probably 1 or 2 favorite. It kind of goes back and forth. but it was the KVD Sexy Dog. It's always been a confidence topwater lure for me. I don't have. I'd show you one, but I actually took them all out. That'll be a video coming up. I did a topwater video after that. So
that's the first that Debo don't have the lure right by his side.
I'm sure Jim does. Jim's probably got 7. He's like, oh, KVD Sexy Dog. I have
not
a
even
box
turned
full of
around.
74 of them.
I ain't looking.
Y'all can see I have no lures, so I'm a poor man.
I might have one over here. So yeah, that was me.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. Are you guys, because the Sexy Dog has kind of a flat nose, right? It kind of spits a little bit. It's better at a little bit of a tighter walk.
Kind of a curved, bottom nose on it.
Yeah. So,
not like that.
I love a shower blow. I do love a shower blow. They can go
loud.
So many different wrong ways. But so what are you? So,
all right.
So, what are you I mean, what is it about the Sexy Dog? Like, have you discovered? Because I know it's something like I love a Heddon because it's got a very pointed, smooth nose. You can get a really wide walk out of it. Are there times when you guys are using different types of lures? And Jim, tell us about your topwater selection. Like, what is it that you like most, and when do you like it?
Topwater for me, my favorite, 100% going to be buzzbait. I just like.
I love a buzzbait.
Moving
too.
fast, covering water, and I feel if you're going to get some big bites, it's going to be on a buzzbait versus like a popper or a walking bait. I mean, not saying they won't catch big bites, but typically you're going to get them bigger bites on a buzzbait. And like I said, I feel like I can just move faster, cover more water with a buzzbait.
Yeah, I kind of call the buzzbait like a jig of the the topwater bunch. I mean, a lot of times you're fishing. I mean, I've caught a lot of smaller fish on it too, but I think you're going to get bigger bites on the buzzbait consistently. So did you find one, Debo?
That was
Whoops.
That was I was actually taking pictures. This is the one I caught. That's Brennan holding it. I'm like, dude, I need to get a picture of this for painting lures. So I even got on smallmouth on topwater walking baits, which I've never done. Like, like randomly here and there, but I've never had a day where like the smallmouth are just going stupid over walking baits. And yeah, I kind of agree with Jim. I mean, like the buzzbait, I think probably does get bigger bites, but like, man, for schooling fish, dude, that that cutting action, it mimics a dying running fish and it just fires them up. And that was kind of the thing we were talking about was, we'd be throwing those and they were throwing like little swim baits and stuff. And I actually tried a buzzbait. I tried a whopper plopper. I had one hit of buzzbait and then nothing. TB Brock just said a Rico popper for Topwater's best. He didn't have any Ricos on him, but he threw a Yellow Magic, which I've never thrown either of those. I know Hank talks. I had never heard about a Rico until you talked about Hank. And they were kind of talking about those and like the sound that it makes and the consistency, and kind of back to what you were saying before. To me, that's kind of the KVD Sexy Dog. It's got that kind of mix of a hard knock with like a little bit of rattles in it. It's loud. It's a big profile, and it's always consistent. Like it always walks good. Like I've got a picture.
I like that Pop Max because it's a popper, but it walks really well too.
Yeah, to me that's key.
Yeah,
that's the one I was using right there. It's Tennessee Shad, I think 2.0 is what they call it.
Boys and girls, you can't go wrong with Tennessee Shad. How many times have I said that in my lifetime?
Yeah, man, it was a blast.
Best color on the market. So tell us, was there a little bit of chop on the water? Was it dead slick calm?
Well, see, that was the crazy thing is, when we got back in the pocket initially, there was a little bit of ripple on the water, a little bit of wind. Oh, yeah. So tell me, go ahead and talk here for me.
He's not paying attention. He's thinking of questions as he's eating to keep this going, so he keeps stuff in his face.
Yeah, he couldn't regurgitate anything I've talked about.
I tell you what,
I've ate since 5 o'clock this morning, man.
Dessert comes down, I'm out of here. If I see a piece of cheesecake, I'm out of here.
So yeah, normally that was kind of the funny thing is you think of a topwater walking bait as like kind of slick calm. It's an easy going, But I think, with that ripple on it, a little bit of a sound, a little bit bigger profile.
Yeah.
They were getting after it. So
those sexy dogs spit a little bit too. They cause a little more commotion in the water. That's when I like them, a little bit of ripple on the water.
Yep.
Now,
but I'm like you, I'd rather have like a super spook when it's calmer, a little bit smaller, just because they have just the one knocker in them, a little bit more of like a glide, a natural like.
Now back to what Jim was saying, he showed that shower blow. The great thing about it is, number one, it really stays in place real well. And number two, I mean, it really throws some water. Mm-hmm. So I like fishing that when there's, a lot of times when there's some pretty good chop on the water. All right. So somebody asked about, or was talking about water temps on here. So what's water temps up there where you guys are?
Today was 71, 72.
Yeah, that's what it was up there. It was, I think, 71. We were catching them.
And it was low 80s last week, so we dropped by 10 degrees one week. Hank, I ought to slap you, dude. It's not so much that he's drinking the beer. It's the looks he's giving us as he's doing it. Let me get a sip of my water.
Look, I'm going to enjoy this. Sorry, go ahead.
I think there's a Randizzle sighting in here. I have to give a shout out to. There he is. Dizzle's fishing in here. What's up, Randall?
Where is he at? Randizzle, I have promised you something, and I have not delivered.
There he is, 823.
I swear to you that I will get you some of these jigs.
So what would you say? So Dan Mulder had a question, said BassGeek Rico or Rio Rico. I've never fished them. So like, what would you say is the best, like between the Yellow Magic, and because they were talking about like how good the Yellow Magic and Ricos and stuff are. I've never fished them. What would you say?
I've never fished the Yellow Magic. The difference between a Rio Rico and a Rico is like an inch, I think, or maybe a half inch. So the Rico is like a 3-inch, kind of a standard size popper. And the Rio is it's small. Now I've got some of them. Big shout out to Rico for sending me some. I haven't fished them as much. I really do think they'd be great in the fall this time of year. But I mean, at the same time, like I've done so well just on the standard Ricos that I really haven't run into a situation to where it's outshined. But again, I have not spent the time on the Rio Ricos to say yay or
what'd you say it was with that bait? It was more of the sound?
It's definitely more of the sound and the place where it shines. So they're based on, and I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Ben down in South Carolina. He actually sent me an original Rebel or a Pop R, an original Pop R. And so all that stuff, guys, by the way, sorry, if you guys have sent me stuff, I'm kind of doing the unboxings. I'm pushing them back to where colder weather is. So, I do so much out on the water. So that stuff is coming. I appreciate you. Keep sending it, but we're going to do that during the winter time when fishing slows down. But it's based on that original, Pop R. And everything, like I've seen a couple of videos where they're talking to Rick Clunn. He's kind of the one that made it famous. Is that a lot of times when it's real hot, they're just chugging it. I mean, they're just rip, not even really walking it. But, and he's got a whole system with that, a 14-pound test line. You don't want it to make a bloop. You know how you can pop them a bloop? Mm-hmm. That's not what you want out of them. Now, I fished them a ton of different ways they can walk. My honest opinion, are they the best walking popper out there? No. They do shine best when you're, pop. Mm-hmm. And you want them just spitting. You want that heavier line. Like I use 14, and I think Rick Clunn literally suggests like 18-pound monofilament. Like he wants it high in the water. So it's just spitting like a small shad flipping across the water. And I know guys around here, there's certain lakes where you can throw them over blowdowns, laydowns, whatever you want to call them, during the summer, and you just work them real fast. And bass just can't stand them, man. They come up and they trash them. So that's my understanding of it. You know, I fish them any way I can get a bite.
Is that one of your favorite topwaters?
It's definitely my favorite. It's definitely my favorite popper. I mean, it's just so good. And like I've got videos, you know, like I said, like right after COVID, we've talked about this 100 times. Right after COVID, you know, after I'd had COVID, I'd kind of missed that topwater bite. And you know, I'd went out. I just wanted to catch some fish. And I wasn't catching giants, but I mean, I took a bone Rico out and was catching fish after fish, you know, smallmouth on over, you know, 80, 90, 100 plus feet of water. And, you know, they'd come shooting up out of the depths and they'd bust. And if you hit them right where they busted and twitched it one time, I mean, it was game over, man. They hit it every time.
What do you do with tossing a bone color? Oh, Randy said, your buddy Randy said bone is dead.
Bone is not dead.
I guess you didn't see that video. Randy, what's his last name? Blackett or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to say. Barker.
Let me eat some food here. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Get it there, buddy.
Chicken fried steak. Hey, Tackle Junkie, you know what's good with anything chicken fried? Gravy, white gravy.
Hey, what's this biscuits and gravy situation too? Somebody asked about that earlier, but
I've seen that. I still have not tried them.
Did you try? Oh my gosh,
I have.
dude.
Have you?
If we ever meet up, I will take you out and I will pay for everybody drinks and biscuits and gravy.
I'm down, dude. I'm down. Maybe it'd be more special if we did it together. I'll wait if we meet up. You know, New Year's.
You gotta come down here.
Wow. Okay.
I'm either going to take you to a Hardee's or a Waffle House. I got to take you to a Waffle
House. Dude,
House.
Hardee's actually has pretty legit biscuits and gravy. I like theirs.
They do, man.
For fast food.
My buddy Bart says we do a fine job. Thank you, Bart.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Bart.
I'm eating so much. What's this?
What did you say, Hank? What's your water temp?
Oh, so my water temp, it depends on if I'm on the Virginia side or if I'm on the Tennessee side. Water temp today was right at 71 on the Virginia side, which it's up in the mountains. On the Tennessee side, it's still high 70s, low 80s. So, you know, but it is dropping, which means the bite's getting better. And that's kind of what's going on. I was on Top Secret Lake P today. I mean, went out there. I done towed Tackle Junkie, literally put like 16, 17 pounds in the boat in the first hour.
Wait, was it on a hoodie?
No, it was not. It was not on a hoodie. Thank you, sir. Let's see.
Debo, you throwing the hoodies yet?
I have not. Yeah. I think I have one. I think I've thrown it a little bit, but man, I just don't have. I think it's like a 7-inch, which I know is not big for swim baits. But I do want to try the glide baits more. I actually got a custom painted, some little glides that I custom painted up that I think will give me some confidence, but we'll see. I say that just like the drop shot, and I haven't turned a drop shot all year. So
I hate a drop shot. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Man, I don't enjoy it. Thanks, Scotty.
Scotty says he is learning from Debo's wacky rig fishing today.
The wacky will catch him.
Hank, were you at least going to tell us? I mean, how was the burger? Was it juicy?
Oh man, it's great. I ain't done
medium,
with it yet.
Medium. You know,
number one, how you can tell a good burger. All right, first off, you know it's good. Yes, it was medium. Everything's medium. I like a little juice in my food. But it is
burger. Yep, gotta have that.
You know, it is falling apart, and any good burger should always fall apart as you eat it.
Any good burger, you have to eat elbows out. If you can eat a burger elbows in, it's not good. Elbows out.
There you go.
And that's where I'm at. Now, if you guys see any questions, of course.
Little Rich wants to know: is it a very thick burger?
It is a very thick burger. Very thick.
How are the fries?
Yeah.
Are they crispy?
Yeah, they're really good. Now, you know what's weird is I'm really not a fry guy. Like, they got some good season salt on them. Yeah, I enjoy them.
I could almost just sit down and eat a plate of fries over a burger. I love fries, man. As long as they're crispy. Limp, wimpy, soggy fries. I can't go near them. Gotta be crispy.
I want to give a shout out to Country Girl Fishing. Let's see here. So what are you fishing right now, Tackle Junkie?
Wait a second here. We have another question. Is it
where's it at?
a girthy burger?
Absolutely, it's a girthy burger. Yeah.
Girthy. Where are we asking how's fishing? It's terrible. If you want to know the truth. If you want to know the truth, it's terrible.
So
have you hit the pond lately?
I haven't, because my uncle kind of screwed all that up over there. He the top pond, which is the smallest of the three, it was full of duckweed. And instead of spraying it, which actually me and a buddy of mine, we tried spraying it a few times last year. Obviously, we didn't do it right because duckweed is fairly easy to kill. But I had a guy coming out there to spray it. My uncle didn't want to mess with that. He wanted to do it himself. So what he did was break the dam, drain 4 foot of that lake into the really good pond out there. So now that
put
pond
duckweed all over in it.
Is loaded with duckweed.
Oh, no.
Everything that was left in the little pond is now dead. And it's just a disaster out there. I haven't been out there in a few weeks. It's terrible. It's sad just because of how good that pond was, and now it's like you can't even catch fish out of it. So I'm not sure.
Well, the good thing is, if there's duckweed all over, maybe it'll just become a huge frog pond.
You would think, but I can't even get bit on a frog out there. So I don't know. Just 4 foot of water going into, and then the drain is stuck open, so the lake is now lower than it's ever, at least that I've ever seen it.
Wow.
And then all that duckweed and I don't know what else made its way in there. So obviously it had to screw with something, because the bite is just like totally off over there. I haven't gone, like I said, in a few weeks, and it's just been terrible the times before that. So yeah, I'm not even excited to go at all, really. But
so
it's slow heck on the
Sorry, go ahead, brother.
And it's really slow on the bigger lakes too, which normally it would have been pretty decent right about now. Just again, I don't know. I don't know if they're still just not bounced back yet from COVID, just because these lakes are not all that big. I mean, the one 20 minutes from my house that I fish the most, it's about 500 acres. And there has been so much pressure on that lake over COVID. And kind of what I said before, I mean, I guess let me explain this. If there was 6 or 8 boats on that lake on a weekend, it'd be a lot. During COVID, there was 50 guys out there.
Wow.
So if you continually do that, and really, if you're new to fishing, what are you probably throwing? Probably a bobber and a worm. So, and most new people are probably actually keeping the fish too. I just think that, I'm not saying they got fished out, but I just think that they got hit really hard and they just have not bounced back. And normally, I mean, 7-degree water, I mean, temps, I mean, you would normally whack them pretty good right now. And like I said, I fished 6 hours today and I caught a 3-incher. It's just been super tough. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because the bad thing is we've got a place around here too. Randy, shout out to Randy, says as long as you don't have river otters. Yeah, we've got 2 places. One, he said that because we used to have a place that was absolutely crazy on fire that has a family of, I don't know, probably 10 river otters the past couple times we've been there. And dude, it's like the Dead Sea. There's no signs of life. And then the other place I usually fish, that's like 30 minutes from my house, one of the lakes, which is like, I don't know, a 200-acre lake. It's not big, but same thing, man. There's always people there. And I actually saw some guys dropping brush, so making their own brush piles. And when I went there earlier this spring, there was probably 20-some dead bass.
Did you waypoint those?
I saw, well, yeah, they were just doing it not far off the bank. So I might have to hit it for ice fishing. But yeah, they had probably 20-some dead bass. I'm not saying it's those same guys, but just when I went out there in the spring, there was 20-some dead bass with like worm cartons along the bank that they'd just been catching bass and throwing them on the bank. So I don't know if there's guys trying to make it into like a crappie lake or what, but
Another thing
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
to say
weird
too is
stuff,
these couple lakes that I fished. There's just so much shad in the lakes as well. So I mean, it's just a lot of competition. Why are they going to eat a fake bait when they got the steak right in front of them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Woo.
Take a drink. Take a drink.
Kirkland's big
You've been-
on gap, guys.
Hank's gonna be getting the meats. What's going on here? Good Lord. Slow down, feller.
All right.
You take some granola bars with you or something. Oh, hangry Hank.
So lowbrow fishing asks, active captain can record. It can record, but it really depends on the unit. Not all units actually do it. So yeah, be sure you check it.
Country. Not to jump in, but real quick to end on that too. Country Girl Fishing said our lakes are 3 to 5 feet low. Dude, that's the same thing. I don't know if you guys are dealing with that too, but every lake we've got around here, that's another thing, is just so low.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I agree with Jersey. I just don't understand why. Like you'll see that a lot. Like you'll see, catfish carcasses around here. But
Carp.
you can tell
People do it with carp around here.
Yeah,
like even grass carp, which are good for the lake.
Yeah, you can tell they've at least been, filleted out and took home. I mean, at least.
Yeah, that's the part I didn't understand. Is if you're gonna do that, like at least fillet them out and use them or something. I don't know if they didn't want to get caught with them or what, but yeah, there was probably 20 some all lined up on the bank, just left there. So.
Wow.
That's true. We've got otters around here, but we don't have very many. Most of the stuff we have around here is beavers. So, hey, here's beaver.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Robbie. If you see an otter, bad news, because
Yeah. So, yeah, pressure lakes, that's one thing. Like, it's always been the same here.
Hey, Joe, you believe it or not,
off the
last couple weeks I ain't threw the bomber, and I still can't catch them. Maybe that's the problem. I didn't throw the bomber.
There you go.
Probably need a bait fuel. If you'd have slathered it in bait fuel, you'd caught them.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'm a believer in that stuff. I tried it.
That was sarcasm. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, are you not a believer either?
Listen,
I got some, and
I just use bath bombs.
Let me ask you guys something,
right?
because I keep having comments saying you used it on a bait that has scent. I never heard anyone say, even JT Kenny, he always says put it on your favorite soft plastic. I don't believe it has to be a bait with no scent. Or am I wrong?
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think.
Unless they're saying whatever scent that's on it is driving fish away.
Well, I mean, I still did it with the same bait though, with and without. So it's not like I used two different scents. But I don't think it matters putting bait fuel on a bait that's scented.
I'm going to Brock's house for dessert, so don't worry, Tackle Junkie. I'm not ordering dessert here.
That's what he says now. We'll see.
Wished I could find a good pond. There's no such thing as good ponds. Well, I mean, there's a few, but it's all strip mines. You got to have access to it around here where I live at. There's no, unless you want to get shot or fish cow crap. I mean, that's pretty much the ponds I've got.
I wish I'd had a ton of farm ponds to fish.
I had one of the best ones I've seen, but it's crap now.
So, I mean,
pour some out for Jim on that one.
Does the fishing normally get better? Like, is this just a normal kind of lull for you, Tackle Junkie? I mean,
I would say really in the 70s, upper 60s, 70s, it's usually pretty decent. I will say, for whatever reason.
Like in 1970s for a minute.
Water temperatures, 70s.
I was like, you're
normally
not that old, man. Come on.
Go eat your burger. You're talking too much.
Yeah, before he wasn't talking at all. Now he's just spitting a bunch of.
I know. Bring this man some more food. Can you guys hear us over there? He needs dessert.
So anyway,
normally when water temperatures upper 60s, 70s, it's normally pretty good. For whatever reason, 50s and dropping, it's like I dang near hang it up. I can't catch them. But this is normally a good time. and it's
You
not.
guys
So,
really do. Like I'm dead serious. And you know, all you out there, you need to tell them, you need to convince them to come down here. I've got free room and board. There's an airport. Probably get to Knoxville a little cheaper. I'll go down there and pick them up. You know, they can bring their wives. I mean, you can bring your
what are we talking
kids
about for
too.
dinner?
For a live stream
For one of these burgers?
and taking you guys out on the boat and letting you catch some Demiki smallmouth, man, on my
I'm down.
favorite lake. I'm telling you, man, gosh almighty, I'd pay
Sounds
you
fun.
all to come down here for that. It would be such a good time. So my buddy Will asked, do I ever throw a 1/4 ounce buzz? That is all I throw. Like a
Really?
1/4 ounce buzz bait is the
Really?
size I throw.
See, 3/8 is all I
90%.
throw. I don't throw half or quarter, really.
Yeah, 3/8 or a half is usually what I throw.
I throw a 1/4 ounce, and the biggest reason why is because it's, you know, I do fish a lot of clear water, so that smaller buzz bait is just a little smaller profile.
I think the only half that I have is what's that Megabass one? Megabass, what's it called?
Jamaica boa.
Yeah, that one. Everything else is a 3/8.
And I should say, yeah, usually from the bank just to get better, you know, if there's a little wind or stuff, you can't move around and like you can in a boat. So just for better ease of casting, not necessarily a bigger blade or anything, just
Yeah, I can see that. So Cajun Rob says, thoughts on free rig? Go Debo.
Come watch.
Man, I would say I would default to you and Randy on that right now. There's Dizzle's talking right now. Yeah, he's caught the snot of him, probably his second best producer this year, into last year, into this year. He's got a lot of confidence in it. And I just saw that video you did, kind of the same thing. He's never used a worm though. I was gonna have to show him that. I got some of those. We actually had a really good day fishing those Z-Man shake my head worms on shaky heads.
Yes.
But yeah, I saw you had a good day on the free rig.
Yeah, I would say probably a worm is probably the worst choice. I mean, honestly, I mean, if you can do something like a Z-Man, I don't remember what their kind of Fluke style bait is, or even a swim bait. I mean, if you think about it. Now, again, where I fish, 2,000 feet deep, as Jim always says. I
was throwing a free rig with a 1 ounce weight on it.
It was a 3/4.
Jesus.
But
dude.
the thing about it is, though, if you watch it because you've got that ring and you've
That's
got
true.
it distances itself from the worm, so it's floating way up there. Now once you pull it in and you hop it, you're only going to get a few inches to a foot out of it. But that first drop, like if you're dropping right in the middle of some fish or something, or a good brush pile, the bigger the weight, the faster that weight's going to fall, and so the more distance you're going to have. But so it's pretty neat, man. It's a pretty neat little trick. Like, I mean, I'd seen some fish on this ledge and just kind of threw it out there and was not expecting to get a bite at all. And I was like, oh, I just had a tick. So,
Bassless chap here says, "What's your opinion on free rig from the bank?"
Oh yeah, it's 100%.
Randy's caught the snot out of him. Yeah, Dizzle has.
I think it's better because this is one thing. I've got a video that I think is coming out Wednesday, and one of the things that I talk about in my area when the winter drawdown, because they drop the lakes 30, 40 feet where I'm at, and so when they drop those lakes, I think one thing that bank anglers don't think about when it comes to a drop shot is the length of the rod and the way that the drop shot comes back. Because if you've got a slow taper bank, I mean, that worm is really staying pretty close to the bottom the whole way you're coming up. Where if it's reversed and, let me figure out, we're here and that drop shot's out, I like to fish like a 3 and 4 foot leader or to the weight, because I keep it up off, because as that water drops, those bass pull off and they suspend. And I think the only way you can kind of counteract that from the bank is having a longer rod and holding it, up higher so that you can keep that worm off of it.
Or you just got to go short pitches. You can't do any sort of casting with it if you want it to stay up. Yeah,
exactly.
Try to keep it as vertical as you can. The thing with bank fishing and drop shot is just like the weight is not. I've tried the cylinder, I've tried the teardrop. It's not like just dragging that whole system is. There's just so much you can get caught on, unless you've got like a pebbly, sandy bottom or something. But it's not like a Texas rig where you can just kind of ease it over it, jiggle it over it. You've got the hook in the middle and it wraps, and it's not necessarily the drop shot that I hate fishing. Oh. Sorry, at least I got it muted. It's not necessarily the drop shot I hate fishing, but it's just you getting that snag and then having to redo your leader, having to redo the hook in the right spot. Get your leader to the what'd you just call it? Your is it leader? Is that what you call it? From the weight to the hook?
I guess. I mean that's
getting that distance right. And it's just like from the bank, I could just retie another shaky head or a Ned rig on. That's kind of what I've went to is the Ned rig, we'll say, and I could just retie another Ned rig on if I break it off quick,
So does anybody throw like a super finesse jig, like 3/16 ounce?
I don't.
When it gets super,
what do you mean jig? Like a skirted jig? You're talking like Ned head jig or what?
I would say probably a skirt. We'll just call it the
skirt.
Standard skirted jig. What's your from the bank? What's your favorite jig weight from the bank?
I'd probably say lighter. 5/16. I would say quarter.
Yeah,
lighter better.
Quarter. Going once, going
twice. Kind of that like happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your dessert at? What's this guy doing?
Really?
They're like, now we want him to shut up.
Yeah. Now he's getting into the malarkey again.
Soho boys, right here it is. Robbie knows. Come on down to Soho. You got to come down. That's the lake I'd take you guys out on.
Soho.
Yeah, South.
That'd be fun. I would love to. You're the dream to fish with for me. Somebody that knows how to fish deep because I don't ever do it. So that'd be fun. Right. I'd honestly make us fish deep all day.
And plus,
deep and clear water. I'd be lost.
That lake is beautiful too, man. You want to come down and just ride in the boat and be like, oh my God, this place is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I agree, man.
Dizzle's favorite.
Yeah, I seen him in there.
Now I don't fish the quarters a lot. Like I go with the heavier, like the 3/8 and the 1/2 ounce, a whole lot in those.
I think 3/8 is their lowest as they go. No, make under a 3/8.
Yeah, they got 3/8, 1/2, and 3/4.
Yeah, I would love to bring Dizzle. Dizzle is more than welcome to come too.
Yeah, you nerds can go fish jigs, and Jim and I'll go catch actual fun fish, not dragging jigs around everywhere.
Deal.
I'm kidding. A jig is a pretty damn fun bite, but
it is. I just love it, man. That when they hit it and it's a good one, and they just go donk. It just donk.
It's with one weight. If you had to pick one weight for like everything.
Like one size or one?
Yeah, like
style,
like a 1/4 ounce Texas rig, 1/4 ounce jig, 1/4 ounce buzzbait. Like, is there one weight you think you could do?
For me, it's hands down 3/8.
3/8. I would say 3/8 too. Yeah.
I mean, 1/2 ounce is like I want to say a 1/2 ounce because that's a lot of my swim bait stuff, but I can get away with a 3/8.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5/16 probably right in the middle.
Let's see.
I've got a question. What baits are you excited to throw this fall, both of you? Have you got any new ones or like, oh, I know XYZ bites coming up and that's going to be crazy fun. Like I always get kind of excited for like fishing jerkbait around here because I usually have like at least a good week of super good jerkbait fishing. That's always a fun bite to get on.
Well, mine's already started. It's Topwater and Damiki rig. So generally the Virginia lakes are up in the mountains, so they cool off faster. So I like to kind of start there, and then it's just through kind of December down through Tennessee. So you guys are probably going to get real bored with the fishing videos because all you're going to see me doing is throwing a Topwater and then throwing a little tiny basically what equates to a jerk bait. About
If you
that.
got people bored watching you fish topwater, they should probably go somewhere else.
I'm telling you, I got 2 topwater videos in the can, man, and they're freaking. I mean, I haven't looked at them, but they ought to be great.
That's awesome. It's always good having that as a YouTuber, having stuff kind of stored up in the hopper ready to go. I'm low, man. I think I've only got 2 videos.
I got.
I've been trying to be better at that. My buddy, shout out to Jeremy. I know he's watching, maybe at work. But he's been helping me do a lot of my editing, which has allowed me to do a lot of other stuff. And man, there's some huge announcements I hope that are coming out later in the year, first of next year. But he always climbs my arse when I am not ahead of the game.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah. It is good. It's
That's
great. I appreciate him. So, he helps me kind of stay ahead of the thing.
This time last year, I bet I had 6 or 8 videos stocked up, but fish ain't cooperating, basically.
You've clearly been out suntanning in your Speedo too much, sitting on the beach.
No, the problem is I've been working too much.
Bronzy golden body over there. My gosh, I thought we had a Greek god in here on the other camera.
Washed too many trucks. What that is.
Adonis. We'll have to start calling him Adonis. Not Jim, Adonis.
Hank, go eat your dessert.
He looks like he's been in the Bahamas.
Dude,
for 2
months. Don't be jealous, boys. Don't be jealous.
I see you got the sunglasses, raccoon mask on you. We know you've been out fishing and doing other stuff.
I wear shades at work too,
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, Jim, have you tried the rusty rivets, man? I haven't got my hands on one.
I got videos on those from the one I've been throwing the most. Really, I guess it makes no sense because the rusty squeaker, and like I said, I got videos on it from last year, was the one that I was throwing before.
Oops.
What's the one they came out with now? It's called the
That's actually what I was going to say. I've actually had.
It's the frog one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go get. I think I got one more.
Can't think of the name of it, but they got one out now for your plastics. So there's no even, at least for me, no reason to even buy like the rusty squeaker because I buy that one, which is made for the plastic and the rivets already rusted. I can't think of the name of it though. It's
I was gonna grab it, Jim, right here. The Toad Slayer.
Yep.
I have the double one. Yep. Yeah, I was gonna thank you for this because this actually has been probably my most productive topwater of the year.
Yep. Really?
The single one. Yeah.
One thing I did notice about those, I think they are smaller. Like a 3/8 than that is definitely smaller than like a 3/8 rusty.
Yeah, like it's a little. I mean, they're a finesse buzzbait, but I feel like they get it better.
Yeah.
And this lead head here, if it would focus, is actually the keeper on it. Yeah, it holds plastics.
Oh, really good.
Well, it's got like a little tooth. Yeah, so thank you for that, Jim. I like these a lot.
That's super nice. I like that profile a lot.
Yeah, but if you throw plastics, there's no reason to even buy the rusty squeaker. Just you get that one right there.
I'm good. Thank you. No, I'm good.
Just his cheesecake, he's good.
Yeah, cheesecake's fine.
A double, please. A little scoop of ice cream.
Whipped cream on there? Oh, yeah. You know I'm Hank, right? Yeah. Give me some chocolate syrup, too. Thanks.
So, Chris asked, when do you start throwing a jerkbait in the fall?
I'm not much of a jerkbait guy. When the bite gets really tough for me, when it gets in that 50 range, that's when I start tossing it. But even then, I don't catch them, all that well. I'm just not a big jerkbait guy. I think you're really with me, at least it's confidence thing with the water clarity. Just not all that clear here.
Yeah.
I love a jerkbait. That's something that I throw a lot now. Shoot, excuse me. It does seem like for me, I did, I've thrown a jerkbait, I've been, like I said, I've been fishing for these schooling bass and right around that time when they first start schooling, they first start busting. Once that topwater bite kind of goes down, I'll start trying that. Generally, at first, when the water temps are in the 70s, I don't do very well. Every once in a while, you'll get a good one, but it tends to be the low 60s for me. Is when
That's
that
what I was gonna
jerkbait,
say, yeah, like mid 60s
yeah,
is when I
starts
usually
to
start-ish.
starts to
Yeah.
shine. So, and so what's some of your all's?
So
I mean, I know,
how cold we fish jerkbait?
I
All the way to
mean,
ice for me.
yeah, I mean, I'll fish it. Like I said, the water temps here generally only get in the low 40s. I mean, if there's a real heavy cold snap comes through, it'll be those upper 30s. But if I see any sign of bass that are suspended up out on points, especially on sunny days during the wintertime, that I think a jerkbait can get to, yeah, I'll throw it. I mean, all winter. So it's just a good one. Now, that's like I said, I do tend to go to those Demiki, and really it's like a Demiki tight line now. It's kind of a hybrid with the with the onset of and I think the reason that's so good, as I've been talking about it with some of my friends, is that traditionally with a Demiki is you're kind of getting right over top of the fish and you're dropping straight down, and I think they've got conditioned to that boat being over top of them and the noises that it makes. I used to be able to use a hydro wave to kind of mask that, but I think they've even got conditioned to that. And so now with that forward facing sonar, you can kind of back off of them and throw it out there. I'm telling you, man, I mean, there's a lot about that forward facing sonar that I hate. But I'm going to tell you guys this, anybody that fun fishes and you have a boat, spend the money on it, because you're not searching anymore. You're not.
Now, forward facing, is that like 362? Can you move it?
360,
or is that only shoot?
360 is an all around. You're not going to see fish as well on it. No, I wouldn't count it.
Like a radar, right? There's like a little bit of delay.
Yeah.
So it's always shooting 360 all the time then.
Yeah.
Okay,
you can set it to where like it's only showing the front half, like a certain degree cone.
Oh, okay.
But it's not the same as like the live.
Got
so
it.
All right, so I'm looking for some stuff, guys. We've been on here for almost an hour. We'll hang out for a little bit longer, and we'll kind of call it.
Flies on these.
Do what?
I said time always flies on these. Time flies on the lives.
They
do.
They do.
You never like, gosh, how long have we been on? It's like, what? I've been on how long?
My first high school tournament of the year is in October the 8th on Norris. Got any tips? I don't know if those videos will be out, but I would do exactly what I've done today. I'd have me a Demiki rig, a sonar shad, a jerkbait, and a topwater bait. And I'd go looking for those school and bass that are chasing shad. By the time we get to October, you should be able to find 2 or 3 places to where they're ready to rock. Now, if you don't have forward facing sonar, still go look for those places. You can fan cast, you can get a couple of big ones in the boat, and then in those same areas, find the points, find the banks, and just kind of fish your traditional stuff, your spinner baits, your swim baits, that sort of stuff. Change it up a little bit.
Hey, Mike had a question there about the forward facing sonar. You see that at 902? I guess it'd be 1002 for you. You made a good point there about fishing
9 or 1002.
1002 for you, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good point.
Hold on, I got to get back down there. I'm always behind.
I know the feeling.
Mike Christian?
Yeah. Just a good point on the sonar, how good it is.
Looks like Mike has forward-facing sonar. That's a daggum tank he's holding up there.
Yeah. It's got a ton to do with it. Well, I mean,
like you said, you fish for fish this year that you didn't even know should have been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's like even right now, like it's really going to shine in the fall, right? And because you get these bass, at least where I live, they're out there in that open water chasing those shad, pushing those shad against places, busting, and what we feel like is random scenarios. But, me and Jeremy sit there and watch those bass just make huge circles, kind of corralling those shad up against that roadbed and that bank. And, you begin to start to see the method to their madness about it. And I get it, man. I mean, I get it. A lot of people hate it, but I can't stress. I say it all the time. I think it ought to be illegal in professional tournaments. Those guys get enough time on the water. They should be able to catch them doing anything, anyway, anyhow. But for us guys that go out and we want to make the most of every second, every few minutes that we have, it's huge. I mean, it's huge. It's huge for what I did today. There's no way I would have caught 2 fish today if it wasn't for that. I only caught 7, but I did it in an hour on a lake where, again, I can't stress where catching 5 is a feat. So what's the weather look like? I mean, for you guys over the course of the next week, when are you guys going to get to go out and do some more fishing?
I'll hopefully get out on
Sunday for me.
Friday for me. I'm showing here from now till the 10th. Doesn't get over 76. Lows are 41, 42. Heck, the low tomorrow is 38.
I bet we're going to be colder than that then.
Yeah.
Quiet and cool, it says. Yeah, high is 64 tomorrow, high is 60 on Wednesday is all. Then it warms back up. Saturday's supposed to be 75, Sunday 71.
Yeah, I probably won't get out till Friday. I was off Thursdays. Now I got to work Thursdays moving forward. So,
low of 32 on Tuesday night potentially.
Oh man.
Oh my God! And that means it's probably heading my way in about 2 to 3 days.
Yeah,
so Nick asked,
low 30s.
How loud is the ping from transducers in the water? Some transducers, it's pretty loud, and fish do get kind of conditioned to that. I know there's a lot of guys that are talking about even the forward-facing sonar, which is, in my opinion, you can't hear it at all. Some of the other ones you can actually hear, like the old school, just standard 2D transducers, you can actually hear them clicking. So the forward-facing so far, I haven't heard anything out of that. What's your top 3 cranks to use for the fall? Debo, BassGeek, and TJ. All right, Debo, you're first on the list.
Definitely a lipless. That's one of my favorite bites too to get on. We'll get on a good lipless bite here, rattle trap or like a red eye shad, something like that. Whatever. Insert your favorite. Cotton cordell super spot, man. If you're on a budget, I've probably caught more fish on that than anything. Either that or a Bill Lewis.
I agree. Those are both great.
Gosh, I'm trying to think. Otherwise, I mean that. A jerkbait, I know it's not a crank, but like just a regular 6-foot diver, especially like the balsas will start to come into play here, like those flat sides and stuff. I got some of those OGs, the 4s and 6s this year that I really want to try. I would say those would probably be the big 2. And then the third one, Hank, I know you like in the Fritz side, another good one, flat-sided crank.
That is a great little bait for my area.
Yeah, Fritz side.
For me, crankbaits, medium divers. I just throw so many different ones. It's hard to beat the DT series. It's hard to beat the Normans. You guys see me throwing some of those. By the way, huge shout out if you guys don't know Lornet, the paint shop. It's freaking amazing. I have been killing on a spook out of the Lord, and you can't get it. Sold out. I got 3 of them, so that's why
He
you
eats a burger. He eats a delicious looking burger on stream, and then he cracks us about what lures we can't get. What a jerk!
You know,
all right, guys. Anyway, I gotta go to bed.
All right. That's my. We'll wrap it up. I do.
No, that was a joke. I was saying I was getting off because you're a jerk.
Okay. This or that. Oh wait, Jim, what's your favorite crankbaits this time of year?
Bomber.
It has to be the bomber.
I only fish 3 inches deep.
Go choke on your cheesecake. I tell you what, I'm really impressed with?
Dang.
I'm really impressed with this Shimano one here. I like this one. And
Man,
the reason
being
being
is
is,
I was going to ask you about that.
Sexy baits.
The reason is, it looks like I'm frozen here. The reason is because I don't fish many silent crankbaits, and it's silent, but it's got a really hard thump to it. So even in, I think, that off-colored water, they're going to feel this bait really well. Obviously, they won't hear it as much without the rattles, but with that hard thump, I think it's going to work really well. I only had it out just the one time so far, but this one's definitely going to be a player. And, of course, the bomber by KVD 1.5.
Jim, you're froze up, and you just look like you're jabbing that in your eye right now, over and over.
I don't know.
Oh! My eye.
I won't hurt him. He's a Greek god.
Why am I frozen? What do I need to do over here? I'm good on my camera. My camera's good.
Here, let's see if I can remove you and re-add you. Hey, you come up in the wrong place. Hey, he's not coming up at all.
You went to bed too. You're being too big of a bully.
Jim has left the building.
Do I need to
go out and see if you can come back in? I'll add you back in.
Leave studio?
Yeah. So while Jim's gone, here's his address. Guys, listen, go raid that tackle room. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So Joseph Keller asked this or that, buzzbait or whopper plopper, Mr. Debo's fishing.
Man, that's tough. Like, I would say I tend to start moving away from that I was talking about, the toad or the plastic buzzbait. For me anyway. I start to move away from that as summer like leaves. And then I just go back to like a naked skirted, kind of finesse buzzbait. But yeah, man, I feel like a plopper is one that I have better luck on leading up to like into the summer, like that late spring leading up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've thrown them in the fall, but I feel like that's the best for me. I don't really know. Like, there's been times where I think one is going to do it and the other one is on fire. I don't know that I've found a perfect way to be like, okay, only buzzbait here. I know a buzzbait's a lot better around stuff. So if you're throwing around wood or like, grass kind of trickled into it, definitely a buzzbait. But I feel like if they're on bait more and you're trying to mimic that bait fish, usually like a little whopper plopper tends to do better for me. But
yeah. I think you're spot on. I like a buzzbait more around the spring, reverse that. I like a whopper plopper more early in the year around the spring, and a buzzbait, a little more during the fall, I think, or leading into the fall, late summer, kind of, when everything's sort of moving around. So Jim's left. He apparently either can't get back in. He's had to call his wife. Is what
I would say. He's got to call his wife to figure out how to get back into the studio. He left the studio. Now, how in tarnation do I get back in there, honey?
What's this button? Esky?
Esky? What's Esky?
So he hasn't texted me. So I guess he's alive. But and a lot of times if there's a lot of chop on the water, I like a whopper plopper because it'll kind of dive through that chop. You can sit there and reel it, and that wave will come up and it'll kind of bloop right through it. So I've done real well around smallmouth doing that. you ever fish Burton Lake? I have not. In Virginia, I have not even heard of Burton Lake. You know what they say about beans?
I like chili both ways.
Hey, I do too. Now, if it's on a hot dog, no beans. If it's in a bowl with cornbread or crackers, preferably cornbread, I like beans.
How about Jake asked, you guys throw a lot of soft plastic jerk baits or flukes in the fall? How about you,
Yes,
Hank?
that is probably like from late summer to when that water temp drops in that 68, 65, when I start going to the hard baits. He's back.
I don't know what happened.
But yeah, absolutely. In a lot of different ways. That is one of my very utmost, probably tweak out the most confident baits right there.
Wait, what did I
That's a
miss?
great follow-up.
No beans for your burger?
We were on chili. While you left, we got onto chili talk.
Chili. We moved on to chili.
I was going to say it's a good follow-up too, like on those days where you've got them schooling and you've got them fired up and they're hitting top waters and maybe they're missing them or short striking or just kind of rolling on them. Throwing that fluke in there too, you can kind of clean up for like a little swim bait. That's actually what those guys were doing on the Mississippi too. So keep one of those loaded.
She did come down and ask fish in the Southeast. She did. I turned her down. So, got to keep it somewhat straight.
Did you get an appetizer while I was gone, or
No.
It's just cheesecake. You missed it.
just cheesecake?
No.
Did it have cherries on it, strawberries?
The waterwood baits, I have not really thrown them yet. Those are going to be a spring bait for me, so I'm kind of saving those. Maybe fishing the BFLs, the Mountain Division next year, if everything goes well. Again, that's a lot of the other stuff that I've got to let you guys in on. So we somebody asked us, buzz bait or whopper plopper. When do you like to fish each one, Jim?
Give me buzz bait all day, every day.
Are you not a plopper guy at all?
I tossed them a handful of times. I mean, if I'm looking for a fast moving topwater like that, I usually go buzz bait.
Yeah, that's
of a plopper, dude.
I like the plopper at times, especially when there's a little bit of chop on the water.
I mean, it's nice you can pause them because they float and all that, but
yeah,
I still like a buzzer.
So, again, one of my favorite names, Bassless Champ. What's your favorite go-to color of lure? So let's just do.
Gosh, what are we talking about?
Yeah, hard baits or what?
Let's do a soft plastic. So your kind of go-to color, and generally
Black,
soft
blue.
plastic, and then your go-to color in a hard bait. General.
Black, blue, plastic, and probably gizzard shad and hard bait.
I would say like a green pumpkin, purple, and soft plastic, and like a sexy shadish crank usually.
Is sexy shad, is that color like it does not work for me. Does that color work for you?
We've talked about that before. Yeah, man. Like, actually, I don't have that one. I can show you the.
Does it work for you, Hank, too?
Yeah. Now, for me,
I don't know if
really
KVD was getting paid extra for that or what,
For me, it really does come down to I like a Tennessee shad in the hard baits. Even a lot of the translucent baits that I use, like the pearl melon and the head and one knocker, it's kind of that Tennessee shad color. You just have translucent sides, but it's got that gold green back and that red under, throat color.
And see, I wonder how much of a difference it makes too. Like, because I'll be cracking them on a sexy shad, but how much of a difference would it make if I was throwing like, Jim, you like a silver blackback, shad, or like a citrus shad, or like a chartreuse sexy shad. Like, how much of a difference does it really make when that crank is buzzing by them? Like oftentimes I think it could be a pink crankbait, and if you've got it in the right spot, they're just jumping out, reacting to it, So it's like, that's something I would always love to test. I don't know how the hell you would do it, but like I talk about that for flipping too. If you were flipping into a tree and I had an 8-inch, power warmer tequila sunrise, and I'm just confident in the places I'm pitching, you could be throwing a 4-inch beaver bait or a rage craw. How much difference does that profile really make in a lot of situations?
I don't know that, but to me that sexy shad, it just doesn't flash all that much. Like a gizzard shad, that black, man, it really does flash well.
I like a sexy shad when you've got a little bit of cloud cover, actually, in a lot of the lakes that I fish. So Stephen asked, have you guys tried the jackal? And I don't have one, so we're gonna see which one of you guys can get to it first.
I do. Yeah, actually, my JDM guy sent me one. I have not got to throw it yet, though. I might actually have.
Now wait a minute, I might be lying. That's the little tailspin. Am I wrong on that?
Oh, maybe not. I thought that was. Is that not the chatterbait thing?
It might be the chatterbait. I may be completely wrong.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Brake blade. Brake blade is what he sent me. This.
Okay.
It's like their version of the chatterbait. So no, I don't know about the other one. Dare blade. Never heard of her.
Even if that is that little tail spinner, yes, I do have one, and I fished it several times on South Holston last year.
You throw the dark sleepers, or so? Thoughts on that? Scotty at 920. I haven't thrown them.
Not a fan. I didn't like them.
Like them?
Yeah, man. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. I mean, if you're in a place that's got a lot of gobies, I'm sure it is the deal. But I mean, I just assume throw a Kitech on a heavy weight and drag it across the bottom.
Yeah, from the bank perspective, I snagged on like 4 of them in 45 minutes, and I was pissed. That was
I could
$30.
Now, did you toss the Berkeley ones too?
I did get some. That was my first bite of the year, was on one of those, and I think I threw it that first day, and I haven't thrown them since. So no, I don't have much confidence in those, I guess I'll say. But
so, do you guys have any blade baits? South Jersey asked, in your arsenal for fall?
I should throw them more, but doing as much bank fishing I do, they're just snag city on anything that they touch.
Yeah,
hey, I'm telling you, if you like them, if you like a lipless, get you some of the Demiki vaults and fish it like a lipless.
So that's the other thing. Yeah, I did, because I always thought they were for like jigging off the bottom. I'm not a blade bait guy. But yeah, there's actually a couple other people that told me, dude, just fish it like a lipless and just slow crank it, keep it up off. I'm like, I've honestly never done that. I've only heard people, you pop it and let it flutter down, and then let it. So I'll have to try that.
Joseph is asking, how's the house repairs going? They are done. I just have to a little bit of paint, and we will be great. That's probably not going to happen for.
What was the extent of your room there? Was it just the wall?
Yeah, he caved the wall in. Basically, it come down to about $40,000 worth of damage to my house.
No kidding.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was, and it totaled my wife's Honda. What is it? CRV. I mean, totaled it. He hit it doing. The state trooper said he left the road. He left the road basically 3 yards before mine. He said he had to be doing at least 90. He probably hit my porch and hit my wife's car at about, he hit the porch doing 75 to 80. He never touched the brakes.
Was he all right?
Yeah. Yeah. Watch away with the nosebleed, man.
Wow.
So if I can't say if you want two vehicles that are going to be safe in a Honda CRV, I mean he literally hit my concrete porch, come down on that car, hit it like this,
Wow.
shoved it 50 yards into my neighbor's Toyota Tundra, moved it three feet backwards, and then into the side of his house. His rear end come up, hit the back of my house, literally so high up it smashed the front gutter in. The
Wow.
tail of his truck come down and hit the front of their porch. I mean, man, if that car hadn't have been there, he would have been in their living room.
Right.
So realistically, it was everybody was very blessed
Right.
to for it to have happened the exact way that it did. If it had to happen at all, So, but for me, I hate it for the guy. Like I said, it's a he had a seizure. He wasn't drinking or anything like that, but and so he's probably he's had to deal with that his whole life, and I'm sure they probably took his license from him again. So for me, I mean, it's a funny story we'll joke about in 5 years. For him, it's his life. So
right.
I mean, is what it is. All right, guys, we've been on here about an hour and a half. So I am going to, since I've got to work tomorrow night, I'm going to call it a night. If you guys see any other questions, get your last questions in. I appreciate you guys. We've stayed about that 120 mark all night long. So, look at that nerd in here. So,
good. Bendito solid spinning reel. That's a good question there. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a spinning reel to get a good one. I've always liked this.
Man, you really
this
don't.
Saharas. Those like what, $80? I mean, those are super.
Dude, the new ones are legit. Yeah, that was going to be one of
Yeah.
my top picks too. Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah, I haven't tried the new ones, but I've got a ton of the older ones that I've just had for years. It's hard to beat that Sierra.
Yep.
Hard to beat it. Oh. Fish in the Southeast. You each get your dream combo, no price limits. What are you choosing? Golly, I don't even know.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one.
Dial was zillion for the reel for sure. Jim, why do you snicker at that? I knew you were gonna. Oh, Debo said that. What's yours? What's your favorite baitcaster right now? If you only had one.
Right now, at this very moment, I'd probably agree with you. I'd probably go zillion.
Really?
The more I use it, well, I mean, I kind of, even in that video, I love the Metanium, but the more I use the zillion, it's really, really growing on me.
Wow, I did not expect that.
I guess it's because I crank with it a lot, so it's always in my hand now. I didn't like it as much before because I was using it for other things, but now that it's always in my hand, it's like, man, this is a super nice reel. And the fact that you can get it that much cheaper than the Metanium plays a pretty big role too.
Yeah.
Well, good news, Creek Trails. He's
I didn't say I was getting rid of the Metaniums.
He's giving away a Metanium.
No, you were doing a giveaway though. That's nice of you, man.
But yeah, I agree with you, man. That's zillion solid.
Rod, I don't know. Do you guys have a favorite rod that you've been throwing you really like?
About the only way, I'm not all, fancy pants like you all. I don't have a Metanium or a Zillion or,
but you got cheeseburgers.
I do. Very good ones. And so, again, shout out to Kirkland's in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Guys, make sure next month come down and be in the live audience with us.
Pretty fun.
But the only way I can answer that is the combo that I set up. And I have to give a shout out to Kistler. They sent me a rod that is for it's a casting rod. It is set up for weightless Senkos, and I teamed it up with a Lew's Custom Pro, and gosh almighty, man, That thing will throw a floating worm. I mean, you'll skip it. It is an amazing.
Is that the gray one? The Custom Pro, the gray reel?
It's like the gray and gold, I think.
Yeah, those are nice reels. I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of lures, either one of you guys excited for the what's it? The Elite? I think they got coming out.
I want to try them, but I'm not going to buy one, man. Those are
500.
I definitely want to try them. Yeah, if I can find somebody to let me borrow it.
That's like Steve's territory,
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I
don't know. I'm actually, dude, the lose reel that I'm liking right now, that is probably another one on the top of my list that I don't feel like gets talked about at all. Right here. Actually, this combo. I had this before I was testing it on the Arc. If you guys want a good budget rod, that Arc, it's like Catalyzer or something. This is not it, but I think I got that on sale for like $38. I've actually liked that ride a lot, but this is the the Lose Custom Black or Custom something. I forget what it's like, $170, but wait to get it on sale. It's just an all around like solid little reel.
Yeah. They used to make that one in just white, right? That was the white one, and now they make it black.
Don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, the custom. That's a solid reel.
Yeah, I really like this one. No frills. It's all black, boring. I love boring. Yeah,
because actually I wanted that reel a while back, but I thought when they first came out with it, you could only buy it in the combo. But now they have it out to where you can buy just.
This is. I don't think this is that one because that was the custom black that had the wind grips on it. Let me look real quick because I thought that too, and it's not that one. This is. Well, I mean, as far as internals and stuff, it's honestly probably the pretty much exact same thing. But what do they call this one? Go ahead. Right. Sorry, Hank.
Here is our last question of the night. This or that, catch a world record largemouth once or catch 15 10-pounders your whole life? I'm taking 15 10-pounders.
It's just called Lose Custom.
Yep.
Yeah, see there's the white one. Where's it at?
I think the one I have is the Lose, or the one I'm talking about is Lose Custom Pro.
Yeah, there's the Pro, yeah.
All right, what do you got? This or that? Catch a world record largemouth or once or catch 15 10-pounders your whole life? I'm taking the 15 10s.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that's a no-brainer.
Your whole life?
Yes.
See, now that puts it into perspective because, like,
15.
Yeah, but who knows? If you've caught a world record, if you're at a lake that has those, there's probably a good chance you're catching more because, like, a world record would be like, what was the record? The
25 or
whatever.
Something.
Yeah, like, dude, that would be insane.
You know how many 10-pounders I've caught? This
none.
Right.
Yeah, 0. But I'm saying you're living in, I don't know. I'll never come close to those. So I don't even.
But there's not even even some of the 5-6 pounders that I've caught. Some of them don't even put up a fight. So what if you catch that world record 18 pounds and it just came right into you? At least you got 10 tries, right? Or what was it, 15? 15 tries for a good fight with 10 pounders.
Man. Those 3s and 4s I was catching today, gosh almighty, they were digging. Like everyone, even the largemouth, I was like, man, this is another smallmouth. I'm like, no, that's largemouth. Crazy. It's digging like a smallmouth. All right, guys, listen, thanks for coming on tonight. Thanks for helping me test this out. Guys at home, in the comment section, let me know, how the live stream looked because we are doing a test run tonight here at Kirkland's. We are going to start hopefully in October. Actually, again, I'll kind of show you. We're going to try and fill this room over time. And, we're going to have literally a live stream. So you're going to be able to come in, eat, drink, and talk fishing. And, so if you're ever in this area, Big Stone Gap, Virginia, come on out. We're going to do it about every other Monday night. And, like I say, these two guys really are my best YouTube buds and some of my great just friends in general. Mr. Debo's Fishing and Mr. Tackle Junkie. I appreciate them coming on. And you guys know wintertime is a-coming. We all know fishing's going to slow down. And so, we'll probably get back into the us the three horsemen of the bass apocalypse. We'll probably get back in, and hopefully we'll get Randy Dizzle on. I should have had Randy Dizzle on tonight. I just didn't think about it. So Randy, I am sorry. I apologize for that.
Next time we can do a burger eating contest or something, you know.
That's right. Burger eating contest. I'm all in. Again, Kirkland.
No, it'll be biscuits and gravy. We'll get you.
Yeah.
You can try it on live with everybody. So you tell us how it is.
I'll be down for that. I'll do it live.
I'm going to call Uber Eats in Jimstown. Just have them randomly delivers.
Dude, that would be great.
For the whole family.
That would be great.
So anything you guys want to say? By the way, guys, make sure you go and subscribe to these two guys' awesome channels. And if you've got channels in the you guys out there in the chat area, man, go subscribe to each other, support each other. The YouTube fishing channel or fishing community is an awesome community. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be a part of it with these two yahoos right here. Jim, go ahead. Closing thoughts.
Always a good time with you guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in. I mean, wouldn't be much of a chat if it wasn't for them, tuning in with us. So always a good time.
Yeah, sure as hell wouldn't be sitting here listening to Hank chew on a burger and brag about catching a bunch of fish.
Look, I mean, I got to do what I got to do, and eating a burger is pretty good to do.
Let's go out with a little girth.
Now,
right?
listen. I'm going to tell you the truth about what was going through Jim's head. Tackle. He's just thinking about what he's buying next. Debo, your turn, brother.
No, same, man. Thanks for the invite. Always fun. Love chatting with you guys. Look at this guy. Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is the guy literally saying, "Oh, Debo's got more tackle than
me." Tackle junkie. I just hear beep boop bop boop boop tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, thanks for coming out. Like I said, I hope this is going to be a fun thing. I cannot wait. I hope we get a good audience in. Sorry I didn't have a giveaway tonight. Tonight was kind of an impromptu thing. I appreciate these two guys coming out last minute. And as always, man, you guys know I love you, and you guys rock. Be safe out there.
See you guys.